The atmosphere on Court Philippe Chatrier was beyond electric. It was a roaring, pulsating cauldron of anticipation and fervent national pride. Every breath held, every murmur hushed as Lois Boisson, the 22-year-old French wildcard, stood on the precipice of history. She had just stunned Mirra Andreeva, the formidable sixth seed, in a captivating quarterfinal match at Roland Garros. The final score, 7-6, 6-3, was more than just a tally of games and points. It was a defiant roar, a testament to an almost superhuman resilience, and the culmination of years of quiet, often unglamorous dedication, marked by both moments of triumph and agonizing, soul-crushing setbacks. This maiden major semifinal felt less like a gentle culmination of a steady rise and more like an explosive arrival, a moment that didn't just grab, but fiercely seized the imagination of a nation in the broader tennis world, declaring a new force had emerged on the clay. Born on May 16, 2003, in Dijon, France, a city renowned for its culinary delights, but now poised to be recognized for its athletic prodigy, Lois Boisson's journey into the rigorous world of professional tennis began remarkably early. Her earliest memories were intrinsically linked to the dusty red clay courts that are ubiquitous across France, the very soil that would later bear witness to her most extraordinary victories. From a tender age, her talent was not merely evident, it was undeniable, radiating from her every movement on court. She possessed a potent right-handed game, characterized by powerful ground strokes, particularly a whipping forehand, and an astute tactical mind that belied her years, allowing her to dissect opponents' strategies with precision. For Lois, as for countless aspiring French players, Roland Garros wasn't just another tournament on the global circuit. It was the ultimate dream, a sacred pilgrimage, the hallowed grounds where national legends like Suzanne Lenglen and Yannick Noah had etched their names into eternity. She dedicated her formative years to the rigorous discipline of the sport, training countless hours under the watchful eyes of coaches, her body aching, her hands blistered, but her spirit unyielding. She meticulously honed her ground strokes, developed a deceptive serve, and, crucially, cultivated the mental fortitude required to compete at the highest levels, to endure pressure, and to transform adversity into advantage. Her early career saw her steadily climb the ranks on the ITF circuit, the developmental tour often referred to as the proving ground where nascent talents gain experience and sharpen their skills away from the glare of major headlines. She collected several ITF titles, a quiet but consistent progression that hinted at the immense, untapped potential she possessed. By 2024, through sheer hard work and unwavering focus, she had achieved a career-high singles ranking of number 152, a significant milestone that brought her tantalizingly closer to her lifelong Grand Slam aspirations. However, the path to the very pinnacle of any sport is rarely a smooth, linear ascent. More often, it's a treacherous climb, punctuated by unforeseen obstacles and brutal detours. Lois's journey was no exception. It was cruelly punctuated by severe challenges that tested her resolve to its very core. In 2024, she stood on the cusp of realizing a dream. She was poised for her much-anticipated French Open debut, having earned a coveted wildcard entry, a nod of recognition from the French Tennis Federation for her consistent hard work and rising profile. But fate, with a truly cruel twist of irony, intervened with devastating force. Just a week before the majestic tournament was set to begin, while playing at a WTA 125 event, she suffered a devastating left knee ligament rupture, specifically tearing her ACL. The dream of stepping onto the storied red clay of her home Grand Slam vanished in an instant, evaporating into thin air. Its place was immediately taken by the daunting, terrifying prospect of major surgery and a long, arduous, and uncertain recovery process. This career-threatening injury sidelined her for a grueling 10 months, an eternity for an elite athlete whose identity is so deeply intertwined with their physical prowess. It was a period of immense physical pain as her body slowly healed and profound emotional frustration as she watched her peers compete while she was confined to the sidelines. Her meticulously built ranking plummeted, dropping her all the way down to a disheartening world number 361. Yet instead of succumbing to despair, instead of allowing this crushing blow to define her, Lois approached her rehabilitation with the same fierce determination and steely resolve she displayed on court. She immersed herself in the grueling physical therapy, pushing through pain barriers, visualizing her return. On her right arm, a subtle yet profound tattoo now serves as a permanent, inked reminder of this darkest period. The single word, resilience. It's a powerful, concise declaration that encapsulates the unyielding spirit that would ultimately carry her through the trials and tribulations, turning her greatest weakness into her ultimate strength. Her triumphant return to the court in 2025 was nothing short of a testament to that unshakable resilience, a living embodiment of the word etched on her skin. She didn't just return, she roared back. Her first significant victory of the year came at a W75 ITF event, a sweet, hard-won triumph that tasted all the more satisfying after so many agonizing months on the sidelines. This victory wasn't just another trophy. It was a crucial, symbolic step in her comeback, a reassertion of her capabilities, and a powerful message to herself and her competitors that she was back and stronger than ever. When the French Open wildcards were announced for 2025, there was little debate. Lois Boisson was once again among the deserving recipients, granted a precious second chance at a dream that had been so cruelly deferred the previous year. This time, armed with experience, maturity, and an unyielding will, she was absolutely determined to seize the opportunity with both hands, to make every single moment count on the hallowed clay. Indeed, her run at this year's Roland Garros has been nothing short of a fairy tale, unfolding with a dramatic flair that seemed pulled straight from a screenplay. As a world number 361 wildcard, she was widely seen as a heartwarming but ultimately limited underdog, with little expectation beyond perhaps a spirited first-round exit. The experts predicted a quick flameout for the relatively unknown Frenchwoman. However, Lois, with a quiet defiance that has now become her hallmark, defied every single prediction. She began her improbable campaign with a hard-fought, gritty three-set victory over the 24th seed, Elise Mertens, immediately signaling that she was not there just to make up the numbers. This was followed by a surprisingly comfortable straight sets win against Annalena Kalinina, demonstrating a growing confidence and command. Then came another arduous, yet ultimately triumphant, three-set battle against her compatriot and fellow wildcard, Elsa Jacquemot, a match that saw the French crowd truly begin to believe in her. Each victory wasn't just a point on the scoreboard, it was a building block, carefully laying the foundation for something extraordinary, steadily increasing her confidence and amplifying the already deafening roar of the home crowd, who had now fully embraced her as their champion. The real shockwaves, however, reverberated through the tennis world in the fourth round when she faced the formidable world number 1. Jessica Pegula, a top American talent and a perennial contender at majors. In a thrilling, pulse-pounding, 2-hour and 40-minute encounter on the grand stage of Court Philippe Chatrier, a match that swung wildly between moments of brilliance from both players, Boisson displayed nerves of steel. She came back from a set down, demonstrating an almost uncanny ability to elevate her game under pressure to defeat the American 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It marked her first win against a top 10 opponent, a monumental achievement that not only propelled her into her first Grand Slam quarterfinal, but also solidified her status as the tournament's true Cinderella story. The sheer audacity of her run was amplified by a crucial fact. She had never, not once in her entire career prior to Roland Garros, faced anyone ranked inside the top 50. This made her systematic dismantling of Pegula, a seasoned veteran, all the more astonishing, turning heads and sparking conversations across the globe. The discerning Parisian crowd, sensing something truly special unfolding before their very eyes, embraced her with an almost unprecedented fervor, their collective belief fueling her every stride, their every cheer a shot of adrenaline. Her quarterfinal clash against Mirra Andreeva, the young Russian prodigy ranked number 6 and lauded for her precocious talent, was a masterclass in tactical intelligence and sheer mental toughness. Andreeva, 4 years Lois's junior, but already possessing significantly more major experience, seemed poised to dominate the match, showcasing her youthful power and precision. She seized an early advantage, taking a commanding 5-3 lead in the first set and even holding a set point on her serve. The moment felt critical, the weight of expectation pressing down. But Lois, drawing on that deep, almost infinite well of resilience she had cultivated through her injury and comeback, refused to yield. With the crowd roaring its encouragement, she meticulously clawed her way back, demonstrating an impressive and varied array of shots. She cleverly changed heights with her backhand, employed intelligent slice shots that disrupted Andreeva's rhythm and manipulated her position on court, and unleashed powerful forehands filled with weight and spin that pushed her opponent deep. The crowd, a vocal, passionate force of nature, rallied behind her with every point, their chants of Alléluia, Alléluia, echoing through the massive arena like a rallying cry. She courageously saved the set point, pushing the set into a nerve-shredding tiebreak, and then, in an agonizingly tense exchange of wits and wills, she edged it out 8-6. The momentum had decisively, unequivocally shifted. In the second set, despite Andreeva taking an early 3-0 lead, a lead that would have deflated many players, Boisson remained unfazed. Her composure was remarkable, her focus unwavering. She broke back immediately, then held her serve with conviction and continued to apply relentless pressure, sensing Andreeva's growing frustration and unease. The young Russian, overwhelmed by the enormity of the occasion, the relentless consistency of Boisson, and the deafening roar of the partisan crowd, began to unravel. She received a warning for slamming a ball in anger, a visible sign of her mounting frustration. Boisson, meanwhile, remained laser-focused, a picture of calm determination, capitalizing on every single opportunity her opponent presented. She broke Andreeva's serve again, consolidating her lead, and then, with the finish line in sight, served out the match with a gritty, hard-fought hold, securing a stunning 7-6-6, 6-3 victory. As the final point landed, confirming her triumph, Lois collapsed onto the iconic red clay, covering her face with her hands, a mixture of disbelief and euphoria washing over her. After a few emotional moments, she rose, tears welling in her eyes, to acknowledge the delirious, ecstatic home crowd who were now on their feet, roaring their approval. "It's incredible. Thank you for supporting me like this. I have no words," she told them, her voice thick with raw emotion, almost cracking under the weight of the moment. It was a victory not just for her, but for every fan who had believed in her improbable journey. Her triumph over Andreeva not only marked her maiden major semi-final, but also etched her name firmly into the annals of French tennis history. She became the first French woman to reach the Roland Garros last four since Marion Bartoli in 2011, a decade-long drought broken by her indomitable spirit. More remarkably, she achieved another historic feat. She became the first wildcard in the Open era to reach the women's singles semifinals at the French Open, solidifying her status as a true anomaly and a genuine phenomenon. Her ranking, which had so recently languished at number 361 after her devastating injury, was now projected to skyrocket, moving her dramatically into the top 100, and, perhaps most symbolically, making her the new French #1, a powerful statement of her arrival at the pinnacle of French tennis. Beyond the immediate headlines and the remarkable statistics, Lois Boisson's story is a profound narrative of unwavering dedication to her craft and an indomitable spirit that refuses to be conquered. Her path to this moment was a long and arduous one, characterized by a humble start on the grind of the ITF Tour. For years, she worked tirelessly, traveling from tournament to tournament, often with limited resources, facing myriad challenges that tested her commitment. She amassed an impressive tally of 6 ITF titles, each one a small but significant victory in her determined ascent. These weren't glamorous wins on grand stages, but hard-fought battles on lesser-known courts, essential for building experience and confidence. Her breakthrough on a larger stage came in 2024 when she captured her first WTA 125 title in Saint-Malo, a coastal town in France. This victory was a clear indicator of her rising capabilities, suggesting that she was ready to compete at a higher level. Throughout her career, her focus was always singularly on continuous improvement, on refining every aspect of her game, and crucially, on overcoming the persistent physical and mental hurdles inherent in professional sports. She lived and breathed tennis, her life a disciplined regimen of training, travel, and competition. The injury in 2024, while devastating, ultimately served to deepen her resolve. It forced her to confront her vulnerabilities, to rebuild not just her body but also her mental strength from the ground up. The tattoo resilience on her arm isn't just a word, it's a daily mantra, a lived experience that has shaped her identity as a competitor. The media, ever keen to find quirky angles, at one point highlighted a peculiar incident where an opponent had reportedly complained about her scent during a match. This seemingly minor, almost absurd distraction could have thrown many players off their game. However, Lois, with a refreshing display of grace and humor, handled the situation with remarkable composure, even playfully joking about a potential deodorant sponsorship in a post-match interview. This small incident, though seemingly insignificant, showcased her grounded nature, her ability to shrug off distractions, and her endearing self-awareness, endearing her further to a public who appreciates authenticity. It demonstrated that even under pressure, she could maintain perspective and a lighthearted approach. Lois Boisson's journey is a powerful narrative of unwavering belief. Belief in herself, in her physical recovery, and in her inherent ability to compete with the very best players in the world, even when the odds seemed insurmountable and external expectations were low. Her story resonates deeply because it embodies the universal human spirit of perseverance against adversity. She didn't just hope for success, she meticulously worked towards it, visualizing her return to the court, and then her improbable run at Roland Garros. Before this tournament, her career earnings amounted to approximately €130,000. Now, with her incredible performance, she has already earned a staggering €440,000, more than triple her entire career earnings prior to this historic run. This financial windfall is undoubtedly life-changing, providing her with the resources to further invest in her career, her coaching, and her well-being. Yet for Lois, as she has consistently emphasized, the financial reward, while significant, is ultimately secondary to the profound fulfillment of a lifelong dream. The dream of competing on the biggest stages, of proving her worth, and of thrilling her home crowd. She embodies the very essence of a true competitor, disciplined in her approach to training and match play, tactically brilliant in her ability to adapt and exploit opponents' weaknesses, and possessing a fighting spirit that simply refuses to be broken, no matter the score or the stakes. Her matches are a testament to her tenacity. She never gives up, always seeking another angle, another shot, another way to win. As she now prepares to face the formidable American Coco Gauff in the highly anticipated semifinals, the entire tennis world watches with bated breath, captivated by the improbable yet utterly compelling trajectory of Lois Boisson. She is a player who has proven, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that with an unshakable belief in oneself, an abundance of resilience, and a boundless heart, anything is possible on the hallowed, storied clay of Roland Garros. Her story is far from over. Indeed, it feels like it has only just truly begun.